So how do you rank your wholesale business on Google? How do you win more wholesale deals? If you want results like these, like my clients here, then pay attention. You're not going to want to miss the things I go over. So first thing, stop neglecting the CRO, the conversion rate optimization. This is what a lot of the issues come from. And you might be thinking, what does web design have to do with SEO? Well, the two go hand in hand. If you've got bad web design, well, guess what? That's a bad user experience. And if someone's having a bad user experience, Google's not going to want to rank them. And you need to ask yourself one simple thing: does your website look like a dog's dinner? Are you feeding them shit? Because if you are, they don't want to be there. So this might be more of an extreme example of a bad looking website. But if your website is clunky, it looks like it's from 2010, guess what? It needs a refresh. And instead, you want your website to be essentially serving the user on a silver platter like this one right here. It's nice and clean, it's modern. You know exactly what you're getting as soon as you glance at it, which is my next piece of advice. Do the glance test. So all you're going to do is look away and then look back at your page, and in an instant, can you tell what this page is about? So if they can't instantly grasp what this page is about, what you're offering, what to do next, they're gone. You're not going to get any more clicks, no conversions. It's just going to be another lost sale. And in order to pass the glance test, craft a crystal clear headline with a strong benefit. Don't go over the top with the headline text. Make your CTA, your call to action, obvious and action driven. Keep key info above the fold and cut the clutter. Clarity always wins. You don't need to stuff a bunch of images and text on the page. Make sure it's nice and clean, so when they look away and they land on your page, they know what it's all about. Now you're going to want to optimize each part of the funnel. So your homepage, your category pages, your product pages, your inquiry page, because you've got to remember at each part of the funnel, people are going to fall off. So you're going to get less and less traffic, and you want that traffic to stick, and you want to keep as much of it as you can. So optimize each part, make sure each page is well designed. So the next part is to improve your call to action. I know I mentioned it briefly, but I want to go over some examples. So your CTA doesn't need to be anything fancy, and it doesn't have to be hard. You just need to make it obvious. Avoid weak CTAs like contact us. Instead, use something like get a quote today, get a wholesale quote today. And you're just going to keep the call to action very simple, very straightforward, like this right here. They've got an add to basket, they've got a PayPal button, and they've got a debit or credit button. So very simple, very straightforward. If you're on Shopify right now, you probably think, oh, that's so simple and straightforward, but you'd be quite surprised at how many sites I've audited and they've just completely missed the mark. So you want to reduce friction, minimize form fields, and you can even offer live chat. So you want to look at your form field. Is there anything you can reduce? For example, if it says first name, last name, can you instead replace that with just name? So essentially, you want to keep it as small as possible. You want to reduce the friction. Next up, test different call to actions. What you need to keep in mind that it needs to have some urgency, it needs to be value driven, and you can even use scarcity tactics like these sell out quickly. But just keep these three in mind when creating your call to action. Next up, use the color wheel. So I recently did an audit of a website, and their website was basically all yellow. They followed a yellow type of orangish color theme, and their get a quote button was the same color. So instead I recommended the opposite color, like a blue, because that's the opposite of a yellow, right? Like a dark blue, light blue, maybe even a green, something that will contrast the theme of their website, and that way the button will stand out and really pop off the page. Next up is focus on your inquiry page. So include trust signals, add their testimonials, case studies, and certifications. And one of the things that happens on an inquiry page, people just use a normal contact form and just call it a day. They don't bother with optimizing it further. But you got to keep in mind what I've said previously. You need to optimize every single stage of that funnel. So test your site on mobile. So many B2B buyers browse on mobile before completing orders. So they complete the order typically on their desktop, right? On their PC, on their Mac. But a lot of the research is done via the mobile phone. So make sure you actually get your physical phone out and actually test it. You'd be quite surprised by the things you find. And basically, you're going to keep the inquiry form nice and simple and clean. And then you're going to check for keyword cannibalization, which are different pages competing for the same keyword, which is another problem that I'm finding with lots of different wholesale companies. So check if multiple pages are competing for the same keyword, and you can use Google Search Console for this. What you can do is, let's just say you're selling jojoba oil, right? Wholesale jojoba oil, and you've got different pages related to that. Well, click on the query on your Google Search Console, jojoba oil, wholesale jojoba oil, and then click on the page tab and see which pages are getting the most clicks. If you're just finding it to be pretty spread out and even, guess what? That's probably keyword cannibalization. And you're going to fix any cannibalization issues by de-optimizing or merging pages. And next up is the backlinks. Ask for links from the businesses you supply. So when they've decided to make a purchase, they're being pretty consistent, they like your product, well, ask them for a link. And then you're going to go to supply directories. So list your wholesale business where buyers are searching. So when you're searching for like a plumber or an electrician, people use directories. People use Google as well, but they also use directories. So you can also get some business on there, as well as get some links to your site also. And if you're looking to scale your business with SEO, I'd recommend checking out this page. It's essentially a one-on-one consultation with myself, and you'll have a pre-questionnaire to fill out, and then I'll present the below. And by the end of it, you're going to know exactly what you need to know in order to grow your business. So if you don't know where to start, what to do, you're a bit confused, you need someone to help you out, it's basically just an hour call with me, and I'll see you in the next video.